Hello everyone. Once again, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. And today we're still going to be looking at our National Mathematics Olympiad Junior Category first round. And the question says, a geometric progression has 3 terms. The sum of these terms is 19, and the sum of their squares is 133. Find the value of the biggest term. How do we go with this question? All right, let's take a look at the solution to this question. We're looking at a geometric progression with 3 terms, so let's represent that with A, okay, AR and AR squared. These are the 3 terms that we have. And the question says the sum of these terms is 19. That means we're going to add these 3 terms together. That becomes A plus AR plus AR squared, which is equal to 19. Now I'm going to solve this further by squaring both sides. Squaring both sides, I'm going to have A plus AR plus AR squared, close the bracket, squared, which is equal to 19 squared. And to expand this bracket, we have A plus AR, okay? We also have plus AR squared, close the bracket. We have A plus AR plus AR squared is equal to 19 squared is going to give us 361. So let's try and expand this bracket. A times A, that's going to give us A squared. A times AR, that will be plus A squared R. So A times AR squared, that will be A squared R squared. Okay, the second one now, AR times A, that's going to give us A squared R. AR times AR, that's going to be A squared R squared. AR times AR squared, we're going to have A squared R raised to power 3. And the last one, AR squared times A, that will give us A squared R squared. AR squared times AR, that will give us A squared and R raised to power 3. And the last one, AR squared times AR squared, that's going to give us A squared R raised to power 4, then is equal to 361. All right, I want to do something from this part now. I want to pick this A squared, pick A squared R squared, and also pick A squared R raised to power 4. And this is going to be A squared plus A squared R squared, also plus A squared R raised to power 4. All right. Now, apart from that, I will also pick this A squared R, and here A squared R. That will be plus 2A squared R. And I'll pick another set again. The next set is going to be A squared R squared here, A squared R squared here. I'll also add it together. That becomes 2A squared R squared. And the last one there that I'm going to pick is this. Here we have A squared R raised to power 3, and here A squared R raised to power 3, which will be 2A squared R raised to power 3. Then the result is equal to 361. All right. Now I can factorize what I have here. Factorizing that, I have A squared plus A squared R squared plus A squared R raised to power 4. And what is common here? That's going to be plus 2AR. Open a bracket. Here we're left with only A. Okay, plus here we're left with only AR. And plus the last one we're left with only AR squared. Close the bracket is equal to 361. And when you take a look at what we have here, looking at this is the same thing with this. That means it is equal to 19. A plus AR plus AR squared is equal to 19. And also here we have A plus AR plus AR is equal to, plus AR squared is equal to 19. So let's replace what we have here with 19. And that would be A squared plus A squared R squared plus A squared R raised to power 4 plus 2AR, open a bracket, here is 19, then is equal to 361. Okay, so if we multiply this together, that will be A squared plus A squared R squared plus A squared R raised to power 4. Then this eventually will be 38 AR is equal to 361. All right, let's label this equation asterisk. Okay, now we go back to the question. The next step is this. The sum of their squares is 133. The sum of their squares is 133. That means we're going to square each of these terms. Squaring each of those terms, that will give us A squared plus A squared R squared plus A squared R raised to power 4, and the result is 133. So getting this, we're going to replace this 133 with what we have here. Take a look at this. This here, A squared plus A squared R squared plus A squared R raised to power 4. So we replace it with 133. So from this equation asterisk now, from equation asterisk, okay? So that's going to be 133 plus 38AR is equal to 361. Let's take 133 here to this side. We subtract it from 361. And the result will give us 228. So here we have 38 AR is equal to 228. And we divide both sides by the coefficient of R, which is 38A. Here is 38A, and here is also 38A. 38 will cancel 38, A will cancel A. And here we're going to be having R is equal to 38 here is 1, 38 here is 6. R is equal to 6 over A. All right, if our common ratio is equal to 6 over A, we'll go back to this equation now here and substitute the value of R there. The equation that we have there is A plus AR plus AR squared is equal to 19. Let's substitute the value of R there. That would be A plus A into bracket of R is what? 6 over A, close the bracket, plus A into bracket, R is 6 over A. So if we square that, that's going to be 36 over A squared, close the bracket, is equal to 19. This A will cancel this A. This A will also go with this, and we're left with A plus 6 plus 36A, which is equal to 19. Let's multiply through by A. Multiplying through by A will give us A squared plus 6A, then plus 36, which is equal to 19A. I'll bring this 19A down to this place. It turns to negative 19A. So that will be A squared plus 6A minus 19A plus 36 is equal to 0. And I'll subtract this. We have A squared minus 13A plus 36 is equal to 0. What are the two factors that we multiply together that will give us 36 and we add that will give us minus 13? Don't forget, this is quadratic equation by factorization. Okay, we have 9 times 4. 9 times 4 will give us 36. 9 plus 4 will give us 13. So let's introduce minus here, minus here. Minus 9 times minus 4 will be plus 36. And the minus 9 plus minus 4 will be plus 13. Okay, so in a nutshell, our A is equal to 9 or 4. So we have the value of the first term to either be 9 or 4. All right, now let's take a look at the next, the three terms that we have from the question. Don't forget, the question is talking about the geometric progression with three terms. Let's take a look at the 3 terms now. If we have A to be 9, that means when A is equal to 9, let's try and get the value of common ratio. Okay, A is equal to 9. Then we have R is equal to 6 over A, which will eventually be 6 over 9. And when you divide this to lowest term, what do you have? You have 2 over 3. Okay. And here, when A is equal to 4, okay, R is equal to 6 over A, which will be 6 over 4. And reducing this to lowest term, we're going to have 3 over 2. So this is what we have. Now let's try and get the 3 terms that we've been talking about. If we're taking 9 as the first term, that means A is equal to 9. Second term is AR, which is going to be 9 times, what's our common ratio here? That's 2 over 3. 2 over 3. 3 here, 1, 3 here, 3. 3 times 2 is what? Is 6. And the third term here is AR squared. That's going to be 9 times, when you square the common ratio, we're going to be having 4 over 9. So these, we cancel these, we're left with what? With 4. So we have 9, 6, and 4. Okay, let's look at the other way around. When A is equal to 4, when A is equal to 4, what will be the second term when first term is equal to 4? Second term is going to be 4 times, what's our common ratio? 3 over 2. 3 over 2. 2 here, 1, 2 here is 2. 2 times 3 is what? Is 6. Okay. And the third term, AR squared, that's going to be 4, which is A, then times, if we square the common ratio, 3 over 2, that's going to be 9 over 4. 4 here, 1, 4 here, also 1. So here we're left with what? We're left with 9. When we take a look at this, from here, we have first term to be 9, second term to be 6, and third term to be 4. And from this angle here, first term is 4, second term is 6, and third term is 9. So the question says we should find the value of the biggest term. Looking at these 3 terms, what is the biggest term? Therefore, the biggest term is 9. So 9 is the biggest term of the 3 terms. We have come to the end of today's class. I believe you enjoyed this, and I believe you have learned something good from today's class. Please don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel, like, share, and comment. Thank you.